Life is a better place if you choose to set the pace. I know that it comes with ups and downs. On a daily we have to fight, try to live and to survive. Another day to get the drive. At Spicy with Phina, we understand all your pain. You'll be fine, you'll be okay. You'll be fine, you'll be okay. You'll be fine, you'll be okay. Spicy with Phina.
Money is an opportunity to reach unity when it comes to marriage. When couples work together, they can do anything. There is no my money, his money, or her money in a successful marriage, regardless of who does or does not work, or who brings the most money. The successful married pools together their funds. They plan together, they budget together, they give together, they spend together, and as well they save together. Does it matter who earns more or who earns less? No. This is the contention between two couples, between a couple, as they disagree over who should resign as they weigh each other's earning. Let's get to meet our guest, and when we come back, I'll read out the full story. It's one that you should sit back and really, really watch, because we are going to be doing a lot with this story. I'll be right back. Let's get to meet our guest. Stay tuned.
At Spicy with Phina, we understand all your pain.
Philip Rain, formerly known as Phil, is a Nigerian-born singer, songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, thinker, public speaker, human resource manager, and strategist. He began his professional career in the year 1998 by competing in and winning a musical talent show then known as DBN's Talent Hunt, and becoming recognized as one of the most talented young musicians in the country. He released his first official music single, God Day, in 2006. Sean George was born in Abakaliki on April 21, 1969, by Mr. and Mrs. Gordon Walker George. Her mother is from Cross River State, Nigeria, while her father is from Great Britain. Sean George is a veteran Nollywood actress with lots of movies to her name. She started writing and producing movies since 1998 until date. She is the CEO of Divine Shield Film Academy, Calabar.
At Spicy with Phina, we understand all your pain.
Welcome back to Spicy with Phina, and my guests are already seated. Honorable Shan, it's good to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for really coming, because when I tried to reach out to you, I was saying to myself, I would really be honored to have you on Spicy with Phina. Thank you so much for coming, ma'am.
Thank you. I've been wanting to come.
Thank you.
I just didn't have transport money.
Mr. Philip, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Hope you guys didn't find it hard to get here.
No, it was very easy.
I'm grateful to God that the weather is even favorable.
Yeah, and the map just took us here
Straight up here.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a story that I would like to read out, after which we can then start our conversation.
Right.
I have been dating. Oh, hold on. Yeah.
Is it
I
you?
have been-
Have you? Is it you that has been dating, or somebody?
You know, I'm reading out the story based on the way she sent it to me.
Okay, go ahead. I'm just
So,
kidding.
quote and unquote,
I've been
not
date-
me.
Go ahead. Okay, it's clear now. It's clear.
She said, I have been dating my fiancé for 4 years. We met in the office where we work, and we are both so in love. I earn 500,000, while he earns 100,000 because he is an OND holder. We are about to get married, but one of us has to resign for the other according to company policy. I suggested he resigns since his salary wasn't much, but he insisted I resign instead, that we'll survive together on his 100K and that I can get another job. I am worried about that. And then he requested that I also give him my life savings so he can use it to further his education and obtain HND so he can get promoted. I am so confused. and I need advice on if I should resign and also give up my savings for my fiancé or not. Please, I need advice. Honorable, the way you kept your hand like this and you're looking at me, you feel like...
You know what I won't tell you now. Sorry, I've just had to add pidgin because I'm just so angry right now. I'm telling you, this is what my Igbo brothers will say, even a whim right now. Let me allow the man to first talk.
Before we address the story,
right?
You know, when I went through the story, I was looking at it that okay, I think men have this. You know, most men have this problem with their wives or their partners earning more than them. So I want to know, you, Mr. Phillips, since you're a man, why do men have problems with women earning more than them, like with their wives earning more than them?
I mean, it's not far-fetched. Really? You know, it's not far-fetched. So the character of the person involved is also very important. So why do men, you know, prefer to have more money or to earn more? I mean, first and foremost, the way a woman is, her configuration is different from the configuration of a man, both physiological and psychologically, right?
Okay.
So, you know, men, the way we are built, you know, we are fighters and we like to conquer things. So, you know, a man will feel kind of threatened if his woman that he feels he's supposed to be providing for is earning even more than him. You see what I mean? So there's a good side to it and there's a bad side to it. But you ask the question, why do men have a problem with women? I mean, so like I said, there's an ego part of it.
Basically, what you're trying to say is it's just an ego thing.
Ego, but not just ego. A man actually has it in his heart. He desires to be the one to protect and to provide. So he naturally wants to have the upper hand because I mean money is power.
But sorry,
money is power. So he wants to feel more powerful. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. See, you want to feel
in
more powerful.
in that context.
Yeah,
you know?
but I understand where you're coming from.
Right.
I know. I understand him wanting to feel more powerful. Fact is, every human being wants to feel powerful.
Okay.
Absolutely.
But now we are talking about a situation where two people have become one. Or are going to become one.
Very important.
Let's say
to point that
you
out.
and I are here now. We are about to take each other's hand and become one, and then walk towards a certain goal, direction, or dreams, or you know, whatever desire.
Right.
Two of us have. Then you have 500 naira, and I have 600 naira. I'm thinking because we are going to join together. We don't have, you have 500, I have 600. We have 1,100. So now, if we actually want to look at it that we are two people who have become one, then there won't be the issue of who is trying to want to be the one in charge, because I believe that the only one in charge is God that is in charge of everything. So when you guys are together,
I don't think a man would like to hear that.
Not landed. Yeah, I know.
Because in the context of the home,
they will not want to hear.
Right.
But this is how I
view
perception.
Okay.
This is how I think it should be, and so I don't even understand why a man will say a woman who, in fact, if it were the man who earns higher and a woman ends lower, I still feel two of them are one.
So
I don't want
really
to
matter.
Yes, I don't want to
really
bother about who earns more, because we are going to live under the same roof. This house, if the rent is 2 naira, you that is the woman have 20 naira, and me that is the man, I have only 5 naira. Since I want to be in charge, please keep your 20 naira. Now, out of my own 2 naira, I am my 5 naira. I will remove 2 naira there and pay. That is how to be in charge. Now, you cannot tell me you want to show how charging or how in charge you are by asking me who already
has more.
So
now step
you
down.
now want me to throw my own away entirely. Why let me sit down and be killing myself and be managing with you without your little stipends? I think it's a totally selfish way of thinking.
For me,
I would have agreed that I mean, this is personally speaking, right?
Okay.
I would have agreed that, okay, man and woman, you are one. But we need to also put something
But
into
isn't
consideration.
that what marriage is?
But that's what it
Isn't
is.
that about it?
So-
Isn't
let
marriage
me-
about two people being one? I'm not talking about
Absolutely.
when naturally we know sometimes there will be issues and marriage can
of course,
break up.
of course.
But we all know that when that mission begins, from the first step you guys take together, you are heading towards the same direction with an agreement that both of you have actually,
So is it husband
arrived
or is it
at.
fiancé?
See,
Let's
no,
start with
they are
that.
But
getting
the
married.
thing is, they are
So
getting
Let's start with that
this
because
is
it's very
very
important for
no,
context.
no. It
They are
is the
getting
same
married.
thing.
So,
they are getting married.
you see the
so
thing about
they are
oneness.
going towards being one
Okay,
body.
that's fine. You're going
Then I'm
towards.
telling you, drop that's your bag, right? That is bigger than mine, just because of a gender thing. Now you have a bigger bag because you have a whole lot of stuff. Probably before you and I got to meet. Now we have met with my big bag, you and your tiny bag. We decide to take a trip that two of us are going to end up somewhere together. Why are you looking at my bag?
So,
But I
Why?
think-
Why
but
is
wait,
it that?
let me say something.
Thank you. Why
the
is it
answer,
that
the
my
response
bag
is
that
based
is
on
big
what
is
you said.
a problem to you?
Yes,
Yeah.
you are looking at the fact that men are egocentric. But
Right.
the truth is, what she's trying to say is the fact that we're going to be one, it should be collective decision making. It should be collective interest.
absolutely. So
Now, the collective interest is we're going to be under the same roof. Will 100,000 naira cater for our well-being?
So,
You
so
know that
you
it
asked the
won't.
question, and the question doesn't necessarily say what would you prefer, Mr. Philip.
Yes,
Right?
It's
Of
not.
course,
You asked
I
the
know.
question,
It's not.
and you
I
said,
know, I
why
know.
would men want to naturally earn more, or why would they have issues?
No, not
with
anymore.
their-
Why
with their
are
wives
they
anymore.
bothered
About
when
their women-
they are
women-
earning less than
Yeah.
the women?
Exactly.
Okay, so I mean, I've given you a foundational framework,
Yes,
construct,
yes,
right?
yes.
Why men will want to. So you see, the issue of oneness.
I know
right?
what you said is just why men won't know.
Yeah.
But I, as a woman, I think it's just something that.
So
But that
you
would
see,
take
you-
me-
you're
keep-
talking
let
about
me-
oneness. You see that oneness thing, right?
you know they exist.
No, it does. But oneness, for me, from what I've experienced and
Okay.
what I've actually seen, right? It's a journey,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
It doesn't even happen the day you are joined. What happens the day you're joined is that you have agreed to begin
Go
the
on that
journey,
journey.
to oneness.
Now on that agreement, to
Yes.
me, you see that your question. Let us go back now to this story that brought all of us here, right?
And we'll,
Right.
no, Mama, we'll
Me,
address.
if I be the woman, no, I will not leave my job.
Okay, you know, what?
Nanny.
You know, we intend to address the story, but
All right.
it has to be towards the end of the show.
Okay.
Because I have another question I want to ask.
Okay.
Okay.
You know, the reason why is as if men are egocentric. Okay, they don't want their women to earn more. Could it be that the women on their own part self,
Can be
they
wahala
overdo things, like because you're earning more, you no longer have respect for this man, you no longer care about his feelings and all that. Do you think some women are like that, Mama?
Definitely. I think so. Yes. There must be some people like that because whether you like it or not in this life, there are always some rare cases. But when we are talking about the general, total sum of it. Now, it's just like, okay, you have a plate of food you are eating. Naturally, there are people who eat and a lot falls
On the
as they are
ground.
eating. So whether you like it or not, it doesn't change the fact that there's a main bowl of food there. So the real issue here is that we are talking the majority. Majority of men don't want their women to earn more. And he has just said the reason is because of their ego. and
I didn't
women
say
as
ego.
well. No, but
I said because of their desire to be the providers for the
you
people
said
they
you
love.
mentioned ego. You actually mentioned the word.
That's the
You
negative.
said
So
it's
I use the
because
word
of
negative ego. That's the negative aspect of that feeling.
That feeling, okay.
Nah,
So the
be the
positive
same
part
thing.
of it is
Uh-huh.
they want to be in charge of the accommodation, protection, feeding, care, everything. Even though the woman has her own means of earning, they want to have. They want to take that.
Generally.
Because if you take that away, right, naturally, you see, I mean, society has evolved into some sort of, so now we're having a lot of gender arguments, gender equality, gender balance.
Society has done what? They don't break.
But
the thing is that
no,
they
no,
don't
no,
break.
no, no, no.
They don't break. I'm not telling. This is just
So,
the truth.
But the
don't
thing is,
break.
there's a
Before.
fine line. There's a fine line between, you know, because I always like to say this. I said there's something called gender equity and gender equality, right?
Of course.
Yeah,
So,
we know about the gender. See now,
all right.
Now, this gender thing is not the issue right now. The issue right now
is actually
the two gender have agreed.
that.
Now they are now giving each other conditions. Isn't it? So now, as far as I am concerned, I know very well, yes, like you said, oh, a man was created with all they want to be in charge, he's the head of the family.
Precisely.
Thank you. I agree with that. But these are responsibilities nature has bestowed on each gender based on gender in nature. Now, when you now want to now team up with a person in business, in marriage, in whichever aspect, there are now going to be conditions that bind that partnership, irrespective of gender. Man and man, no, they marry.
Absolutely.
So if you want to, that is true. Now we know that in this world, even though it doesn't happen in this our own immediate environment,
right?
It happens in many parts of the world where
absolutely
normal the same gender get married. So this issue isn't even about a gender thing now. This issue is about some people are just generally selfish. Some men are just extremely egoistic and narcissists. And I don't know the grammar.
And that can be a problem. That can actually be a problem.
Before we come back to whether it's going to be a problem or not, let's go on a quick break. And when we come back, we'll continue on the conversation. We'll be right back.
At Spicy with Phina, we understand all your pain.
Welcome back. It's still Spicy with Phina, and we've been having a very heated argument. So let's continue. Before, I have one question I want to ask. I think I'll throw that to Philip.
Okay.
How can we possibly manage such situation? Like, okay, fine, if the woman earns more than the man, and both of them coexist in the same house, they are already married. Maybe not in the same company now.
Right.
Do you get?
Right.
And the woman earns more. How can they both manage it so it won't be a problem?
Firstly, I think it's an attitudinal issue.
Okay.
Right? So there's this issue that couples usually have, and it's, this is my money, this is not your money, right? I think that the best way to manage an issue like this is for so let me put it this way, right?
Okay.
The woman has her own source of income. She brings her own from her own side. The man has his. And then there has to be a system where we can create a system whereby, you know, there's a general purse for everybody.
For everybody.
Right? Okay. So this is for the family.
Okay.
Then she keeps maybe 20%, 30% of her earnings.
Okay.
The man too. Because these men can actually become really problematic in this area, right?
Oh.
So they want to keep, of course, I know that. Okay. So they have to also...
you have to have a joint account.
Exactly. So they too have to also commit. It's a commitment, it's an agreement, right? So when they come, this is part of becoming one. Not just one in words.
In actions and deeds and everything.
In the way you structure the systems around your life and your family. You have a joint account that this is for the house, or this is for the family, or this is our joint business account. And then he has maybe 20% of the funds he keeps for himself, or 10%. What are you using all that money for? Right? So you keep 10% for your own personal spendings. You know, you just need to, you know, stop by a bar, have a drink or whatever. You need to help someone. You can do that. But I also believe you do it jointly with your wife. That's my own, personal opinion. Right? So you can actually structure your finances in a way that the woman has her earnings. Not a problem. Let's say she's earning 500,000. She brings 400,000 and puts in the joint account. The man is earning 500,000. He brings 400,000
and keeps in the account.
In fact, the man should even get more.
The thing is,
no, Mama, let me drive his point home.
Right.
If I want to drive your point home, you mean one of the ways through which you can manage, you know, when couples don't earn the same amount, is by creating a joint account.
Is to agree.
To have
a joint account.
To agree to have a joint
account.
Where
they will make like a portal for every money to be used
for the family.
General.
Okay, so you think that will help? That will help manage the situation.
Yes, school fees.
Like that.
Okay, so you feel that will help manage the situation?
Absolutely.
Mama, do you agree? Do you agree that could help? Or do you have other things that could help?
It looks so alright, you know. it actually does look alright. But you see, the bone of contention here is the fact that who earns more, and then the person who actually sees himself, or rather, who God has created according to our own religion, as the head of the home. is the one that is having problems with
his finances.
Okay, so now if we have to agree to have a portal where we put all our monies that we will spend for the cost of our living day to day in this marriage and in this life, and you are earning a stipend and I'm earning a whole lot of money, and you are feeling uncomfortable about it, it still won't work.
So that
because
takes
it has nothing to do with who is bringing money. It just has to do with a kind of person who just feels insecure and feels too little, because he feels that he as a person has no substance whatsoever, except if that value of cash is attached to his person. Which means
that's very deep. That's very loud.
That is how the insecurity and the ego begins to fight each other to a point where they themselves don't even know when they get to lose it.
Should she resign from her job?
Okay, so my point is that bad decision.
Okay, to do
for
that.
her to quit her job.
Thank you.
It will be a bad decision.
Let the man go.
I don't know now. Calm down. Don't be sorry.
Yeah.
Why you just scatter everything? No.
Okay.
So
the truth is that, like I said, let the man go.
Honorable, wait.
You have said it, but you are trying to
at this point.
No.
You want to
At
go like this.
At this point, we need to.
in my mouth. No.
At this point,
I'm not
You
saying
are the one. You are dodging.
Hello. She has
Talk
said.
true.
No, at this
my dear
point,
sister,
Mr. Philip,
See,
at this point, we
if
want
two
to
of them
round
are-
up the show.
Yes.
At this point, advise this
Your
girl.
last,
Don't tire
you
hunger
said,
to worry me here.
no, you said it should be a bad idea.
It's a bad idea for her to quit her job. But because of something that you said, that's why I'm insisting, right?
okay.
You said they love each other.
Yes, of course, she said it.
Yes.
No, she said
And
it.
if
So are you saying they
truly-
should work things
They should work it out.
Wait, they should work it out. But if the guy refused to listen,
That is it. We are getting to the point. They have
The
the
guy
guy
refused to
insists
listen.
that
So
she
is it
should
that
not
one of them
resign
has
and
to-
they will settle on 100,000 naira salary. That's what you were saying.
So that would be a bad idea.
Thank you.
Okay,
Okay,
let's
that
go.
would be a bad
Okay, let me
idea.
explain. Let me drive you people's point home.
Phina,
to my viewers.
tell
wow.
that woman that wrote that letter. That man is not.
No, I wouldn't,
Anyway,
I
when
wouldn't
Jesus
say that.
Christ,
Let me
even
drive-
Jesus
you know I
Christ
wouldn't
in
say
the
that.
Bible told the woman that man is not.
Say, Jesus,
You see this
no.
woman, that man, that 100,000. Not be your husband.
I just believe that they can always
But
love each other. And they have
But
understanding.
do
They
you
can
know
always
that
talk it out.
that woman can meet a man who actually earns 60,000 and has a forever happy ever after life?
with her.
Who will not even bother? In fact, he will still carry that his own 60,000 and give to her.
Wait,
so that because it's a woman that manages the home better.
Yeah, you're right.
So for a man that is having 100k no be small money. Let us not forget that Nigeria is somehow now. 100k is a lot of money. A man that earns 100,000 naira in 28 days, 24 days, 26 days, depending on how many days he works in a month, right? It's a lot of money. That person is earning well. So for a man who already is earning as well as 100,000 naira to still be feeling inferior and insecure with a woman, this man, if this woman did not have a dime, he will still feel insecure. And if this woman actually does leave her job to marry Phina, I am betting you, that marriage is not going to last. It's not going nowhere, except if the man maybe
It's very tricky though.
changes back to be. But come on, how can you are own? This is like, let's say we are twins. You are my sister, you know. And I'm now bothered in any way that you earn money more than me. That is totally not right.
It's your nature, it's your personality.
Now leave that nature and personality. Make himself go village, go marry woman when no know how to read ABCD. When if you turn the A upside down, he no go recognize that. Now that kind of woman, I fit that kind of man where they fear woman where they earn money.
So because
let me call this. I have to call this to a close because we exceeded our time.
Right.
But to drive the point home, Shan said is a bad idea for her to, stick around with such a guy because he's kind of person. Yeah, he has issues, and you also feel it's a bad idea for her to walk away. As much as you have a but in it, that since they love each other, they should also see how they can work it out.
Exactly.
But for me, I think if for her to come out plain to say, okay, this is what she's going through, I think she must have exhausted all options available.
Okay.
And
Walking
for
out
me, what I would rather advise, what I would rather even say is, Oga, you're looking for who will give you savings for you to go to school and go and do HND. Why wait? Let me say something about that.
Where is the money to go to the
now
school?
You want me to give you my savings for you to go to school? Why don't you leave me to continue with the 500,000 naira work? Why you resign and go to school?
We already know this.
Resign and go to school.
Let me
so
be
for
working.
Me, I think
you are going
just
to school.
It's not being fair. It's not being fair on the lady. For me, I think it's not being fair.
See, make that guy just go village, go marry.
Thank you so much.
I think that's a great idea.
Honestly, I think you should just, thank you
go
so
marry
much.
for village, Oga.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys have really done so well to this story. And if she's watching, I'm very sure she already knows what she's supposed to do. But as usual, on Spicy with Phina, we have something for our guest, and courtesy of Spicy with Phina, we have a throw pillow for you.
Oh my God!
Thank you so much for coming.
Oh.
Nice. Okay.
I hope you don't have for him.
Thank you so much for coming.
Sean
is beefing you.
I'm beefing.
Okay.
Thank you.
Guys, you've heard all they have said. If you're watching, if you're the writer of this story, the best bet is for you to, have a rethink about this whole thing. 500K in this economy is a lot. You just leaving your job to stick around with a man that doesn't seem to show you understanding. Because aside the money now, relationship has to do with understanding. It has to do with sacrifices. So if you guys are not ready to do all that, then the relationship is not going to stand on solid rock at all. So I'm very glad you're there, and I'm very sure that you must have learned a thing or two from all that we'll be discussing here today. Until we come your way again next time with another interesting episode of Spicy with Phina. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media handles, as you can see on the screen. Please, if you have stories that you want to share, if you want to come on the show, if you want us to, have you here as a guest, kindly call the numbers on the screen. You can also send us your stories to spicywithphina@gmail.com. Until I come your way again next time with another interesting episode of Spicy with Phina. Please, 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 please keep it locked. I love you guys.
You'll be okay. You'll be fine. You'll be okay. You'll be fine. You'll be okay. Spicy with Phina is a talk show that addresses life issues. Free to share with us.
You'll be okay.